Hello, welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I want to share some minimalist and decluttering mistakes that I feel I have made along my journey to decluttering and becoming more minimal. Maybe some of these you can relate to, but I'm just going to list them off and go over some reasons why I feel some of these things that I did might have slowed me down on my journey, and things that I wish that I had done a little bit differently, although I do feel that is part of a journey, is learning as you go. First on my list is caring what other people think and letting comments by really well-meaning people get to me. Just simple little things like, oh, you're gonna need that, or I can't believe you're getting rid of so many things. And these were not necessarily comments on the internet. They were just comments made by family, friends, people I know. And to be honest, that can slow the journey down a little bit if you let it get to you. So at first I did sometimes think, oh, I need to keep that because that person made that comment and maybe I will need that item. And then it turned out that I didn't, which is another reason why I like to revisit so many areas in my home over and over again. I feel like it's peeling an onion, and there are usually always more things that I can let go of and declutter. Second thing on my list is kind of funny because when we first became minimal, I got rid of so many things, and I actually took some items off of my wall. And then I was really stuck on the fact that I wanted my home to look and feel very minimal and streamlined. So what I would do is just not decorate at all sometimes. And I look back at photos and my home and I think that I didn't like the fact that I was hung up on trying to look minimalist and not put things on my wall. As you can see behind me here, I have family photos on the wall that I absolutely love, and my personal style, I feel I can decorate and still be minimal. My type of minimalist is more pulling out a drawer and not having it be stuffed full of junk where I'm having to sort through a bunch of stuff to find what I need. And therefore I feel I can decorate however I want and fill my walls with the pictures that I love and not have to feel like I need to be put in a box to make my home look a certain way. And it's funny because that is how I felt when I first started, and I just don't feel that anymore at all. This one kind of relates back to the first one, but just not being ruthless enough when I was first decluttering. I would go through things and just constantly question, oh, I might need that just in case item, and I would hold on to things. And that is again why I revisit areas over and over, because if you're not ruthless enough to start out, which most people are not, you will still have some clutter or things that you're not using. So definitely that was something that I kind of wish I had been a little bit more ruthless, I guess is the word, when decluttering, or just let go of more items in the beginning so I didn't have to constantly go back. Next is letting weird emotions make me keep items that I really didn't like or didn't really need. So for instance, I had initially saved my wedding bouquet and put it in a box, and I kept it on a shelf, and I didn't really enjoy looking at it. I already had photos of it. I remember it from the day. And as time went on, the bouquet just looked so dead and brown. It used to be pink. And so I kept that for so long. And finally I let it go. And by letting it go, I was actually happier than keeping that bouquet. And just, I guess, letting weird emotions that are tied into items that really, the item doesn't have the meaning. It's the memory that has the meaning, and I'm never gonna forget my wedding day. I don't need to keep my bouquet to remember that day. Here's a lesson that I learned the hard way, which is buying things that I felt were sort of marketed to me to become more eco-friendly or minimalist when I didn't even really like the item or need the item. So for instance, I was trying to be more eco-friendly and I bought a bamboo drying rack for my dishes since we did not have a dishwasher, and it was so tiny and it just did not do the job. You could only fit 3, maybe 5 items on there before it was full. And then I was back to using the cloths that I had always used to put my dishes to dry on. So that was one regret, is just falling for items that really were unnecessary. And also there's a big push to, you know, with minimalism, to become more eco-friendly, which I am all about. But sometimes if you have something that is working for you, I say stick with it, because it can be a bigger waste to try these things out and then have to donate them after all, when you have something that maybe isn't eco-friendly, but you already own it and you can just keep using that item, which I feel it's actually more eco-friendly because you already have it. So that's one regret that I have, or lesson I learned, is just to stick with what I know works and what I love. Another hang up I got stuck on is being afraid to buy anything. Being minimal or clutter-free does not mean that you're never going to shop again. You're still going to need things, especially in my life. I have 2 young children, and they're always evolving and things are changing. So of course we're going to be shifting through things, and I always do look for the best deal. I look for secondhand items. I am pregnant, and I recently tried to find all of the baby items secondhand, and I was able to do that. I think I found about 90% of the things secondhand through Facebook Marketplace and thrift stores and things like that, which is great if you have the time and energy to do that. And I just have a passion for that. I find it fun. So that is something I've taken up doing. But we are going to buy things. Even though we're minimalist, even though I'm trying to be clutter-free and minimalist, we are still going to be buying things. And one of the mistakes or just hang-ups I had on that was overthinking things to the point of it taking way too long and holding other decisions up in our life. And now, of course, I do the research like I mentioned, but then I just make the decision, and if for some reason it doesn't work out, I can always sell that item or gift it to somebody who can use it. Last on my list is thinking that just because we are minimalist, we have to live with the broken down things that we already have. And of course, I like to get as much life as I can out of every item and buy secondhand and all of that. But at the same time, I've had to come to the conclusion that just because we had a couch that was definitely not working for us, first of all, it had these big pillows that my kids would not stop taking off and jumping on, and then they would get all misshapen. The couch was super junky to start with, and it was very uncomfortable. So I had to replace it, and I wanted to replace it. It looked very worn down as well. But that is something that I've had to learn, that just because I want to be more minimal and simplify my life does not mean I have to live with things that are not working for our family. It's okay for me to replace items that are just not working for us with something that does work for us. And that was something that I was hung up on for a really long time. I hope you found some of these decluttering and minimalist regrets or mistakes I made interesting. Leave me a comment below, and everyone can share their ideas of any kind of hang-ups that you've had when trying to declutter or become more minimal. And we also have a vlogging channel that I share a lot of our daily things that we do and how we decorate our home and all of that. So I will leave that link down below in case you're interested in following us over there. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!